Hello, so today I wanted to share with you some sandals for spring summer. So I was looking at the capsule wardrobe for spring summer earlier, and the whole ethos behind the capsule wardrobe is that it's this collection of pieces. It's built around basics and it's also built around mostly predominantly neutral colors. So you choose your color palette or your color story that works for you. That's going to maximize the amount of outfits that you can create from the pieces you have. And generally speaking, that color palette is going to be made up of predominantly of neutrals. So in the spring summer, we're looking at lighter neutrals as opposed to our blacks and dark grays and navies and browns of the winter. We're moving more towards tans and lighter browns, bone, white, cream, all those lovely shades. So I was looking through the capsule wardrobe. I went on to Steve Madden to get some inspiration, and I was so inspired by what I saw. I decided to base this week's weekly shopping edit around that and get the basics in terms of sandals for spring summer right. Now, for me, when I think of spring, summer and Steve Madden, his kind of signature style, one of them for me definitely is this gladiator flat. So the travel sandal, and you can see that the base of them is quite thin. You'll see there's a version quite similar to these with a thicker sole as well. I'll show you those in a moment. But this is quite thin. It comes in the tan and the black, gladiator style, and right up wraps up around the ankle. So they're quite classic in a way in terms of this, the color, but the style is elevated a little with the studs and with the wraps. So I love these. You also have the Libera, which is also in the tan and in the black as well. So the same idea, the strap doesn't come up as high around the ankle and they are thicker on the sole, giving you a bit more comfort and a slight elevation in height as well. What you also have then is these more chunkier flats, this Annika, and then the white and rose gold I'm showing you here. So a lot more like a platform sole, so a lot more height, a lot chunky, and changing the vibe and the feel of it. Very casual, but a bit funky as well, and very trendy as well. So love these, and a great choice in terms of color palette, keeping in line with those basic neutrals that are going to work with everything in your spring summer wardrobe. Again, we have these kind of Hermes inspired flats again this year. They've been around now for a couple of seasons. The Zarnia in the black, the tan and the white here. So love these. Good quality with Steve Madden, and you'll get probably next season as well. They seem to be around, coming a bit of a staple now in your neutrals again. And like before, if you like a little bit more padding, a little bit more comfort, and a slight bit more height, you have a version similar, but with this thicker sole here. And the straps are crossover straps here, thicker, so really nice as well. Love those. Now, if you want to elevate your day wear a little bit, you want to come away from the flats, make it a bit more dressy, and pair it maybe with your skirts. So like midi skirts, sometimes depending on your height and your proportions, they can be hard to carry off with the flat, depending on how long they are and how far down towards the ankle they come. Sometimes they kind of call for a heel to create balance and make a more put together look. And for this, you can go for this mid-height block heel. Work very well for this kind of a day look. So again, your tan and your black. And then you can also do a version of this mid-height block heel, but with this kind of signature gladiator strap as well. So depending on your own preference and style, personality, you have great options there in both those. Staying with your block heel, then you can go for this like barely there type strap. So just one strap here, one strap in the ankle. So very elegant, not too high. So a lovely choice for maybe more formal day wear or maybe pushing in towards evening wear. Going right into the evening wear, nighttime wear, then you have these very high, almost 70s vibe actually with the block heel and suede in these. But again, quite chic. So it's a nice balance between giving a nod to that trend, but staying quite classic too. They can kind of fit the bracket and fit the bill of both. Okay, so black and suede, black and tan again in the lovely suede, soft texture material. So I love that as well. You also have the leather versions there, similar to before. Same Carson heel in the leather, in the blush and the black as well. Now you have these beautiful ones here, the sizzling. I love these. So there's the blush and the white and the black, and I've just included the red just for a bit of a break from the neutrals. What I love about these is now they are very, very high, okay, and they might be a bit of, as my friend calls them, car to bar shoes, but they're not quite stiletto. They're like a kind of a mid-weight, so they're not super, super spikes, but they're certainly thinner and very, very high. But what I like is that the straps are a bit wider, so it just gives a bit of balance. If you're very high and very thin straps, they're quite difficult to walk and you can be teetering a bit. But I just like the balance of the wider straps here. It works quite well as well. I really like as well these ones. I think it's Amelina is how you say it. There's the black leather here and the bone here. I really, really like these for a more elevated day wear look. I think the fact that they still slip on and without the straps keeps them that little bit more casual and more wearable. But the fact that they have the heel and you know, obviously makes it a bit more elevated than your very, very casual flat. I love the kind of slight slant in the heel there as well. It's a very kind of subtle, nice design detail, bringing it bang on trend. Those are great. Both those actually, I'm very tempted with those as well. The last style that I'm going to draw your attention today is these Henley ones, because I'm seeing this style of sandal on repeat in so many different websites at the moment. I showed it from Sea Green there lately, and they're actually all over even Zara and High Street as well. This kind of almost canvas straps, almost like a real kind of casual functional sandal, but being pushed right into an on-trend piece. And you can get all different types of designs across all different websites in these. And here you're seeing with the leopard, the black and the white with some detail on as well. So I'd imagine they're really, really comfortable, and they'll pair well with things like, you can imagine them with like a utility style dress or a denim dress, denim mini or a utility style, or even like a cargo pants rolled up, or kind of even a pair of joggers, like a really kind of casual vibe, but just with that little bit of elevation as well. So I hope you like my suggestions there for some great pieces for from Steve Madden. Again, when you're talking about capsule wardrobe, you're trying to maximize the amount of use you get out of the pieces. So the best way to do that is to stay with kind of classic styles, but still a little bit on trend, and classic colors. That's going to be your neutrals 9 times out of 10.